Hey mamas, welcome to day one of the Feel Good Schedule Challenge. As you can see my calendar as well as me on the screen. If you haven't gone and checked out the intro video yet, go ahead and do that so you can kind of figure out how the whole challenge is going to work, and you'll also get to know a little bit more about me. But I will be sharing with you my actual calendar. And there shouldn't be any identifying information on there, but if there is, I'll like go back and block it out maybe. Um, but I'm sharing with you my actual calendar so that you can see, that this is real and this is what I really do every day and how I try and find balance and feel good about the schedule that I've created. Today, we are going to be talking about your whole year, the yearly view of your calendar. And I know that sounds really kind of backwards, like, wait, what? I thought we were talking about how to have a balanced day and how to get everything done during the day. Why are we talking about the year? But you'll see why in a little bit. Um, like I mentioned in the intro video, I'm using Google Calendar. But you can totally use a paper planner, you can use iCal, you can use apps like Asana or Trello or whatever works for you. I just decided to share my calendar rather than make something fake for you guys, and I just happen to use Google Calendar. Um, so so don't feel like you have to go and like start over with Google Calendar or something. But just use what you have and what works for you and the system that you've come up with. I'm just showing you my personal calendar. So as you can see right here, I've got the month of April pulled up. And you'll start to notice some of these things that I have in here. You can see over here on the side, I have several different calendars, and we'll be going through all of these and how they layer together to create, my balanced day. But what I want to talk about with you today is your mindset about time. And why we're starting from this very macro, huge view of what your year looks like before we narrow down to how to schedule a day that you feel good about. So the best analogy that I can kind of come up with, like to get you to think about this, is Christmas shopping. I found there's kind of like two different types of people. There's the people who go out on Christmas Eve and they buy all their presents because either they haven't had the time or they haven't organized or haven't thought ahead about Christmas and about what they want to do about their shopping. So not only does that cause a huge amount of stress in one afternoon, you're trying to get everyone's present and you might come across something that you really wanted to get, but the store's out of stock, or they don't have quite the right color anymore, or they don't have the right size because you waited till the last minute. And so that's a lot of stress. Not only that, that's a huge expense. Think, if you spend $50 per person in your family or whatever you do, that's a huge expense to incur just on one day. So the other way to kind of look at that is some people I know, like we personally start Christmas shopping, or not necessarily Christmas shopping, but setting aside money for Christmas in August. My mom, crazy woman, starts in January. But what that does is every month you set aside 20 bucks or whatever, and by the time you get to time to shop for Christmas, it's all there, it's all set aside, it's not coming out of your daily budget. You're not left with this huge chunk or this huge bill on your credit card that you have to pay in January, February, March. So that's kind of also, I want you to take that analogy and apply it to your time management. A lot of times we're like, oh crap, we have to launch something for quarter 3. And quarter 3 is August and September, so it's the middle of July. What are we going to do? And that's when you start hustling really, really hard. You start to put off time with your kids or put off time with your spouse or whatever it is, your self-care, that starts to take a back seat because all of a sudden you're hustling for your business. Or you are trying to maintain some of the boundaries that you have for your family, and things for your business either don't get done or they get done really sloppily because, again, you're trying to just do it all in that small time frame. So keep in mind the Christmas shopping analogy while we're going through this. Your first task for the day is to go ahead and think of 3, 4, 5 categories that you want in your life. For instance, you can see here on April 1st and the 1st of every month, I have a mommy-daughter day. So no matter what is going on, what day of the week it is, or what is going on in my work schedule, I don't work that day. My daughter doesn't go to daycare that day. That is mommy-daughter day. And we go and we do something like we go to the aquarium or we go to the zoo and we do something that's just out of the ordinary once a month for the two of us. Granted, she's 19 months, so it's not like, you know, this crazy thing, but it's still, that is mommy and daughter time. You'll also see here on the 19th of every month, just because 19 is my favorite number, it's totally arbitrary, that's my personal day. That is the day that I schedule a hair appointment, or I get my nails done, or I lay in bed and watch Netflix and I do nothing. So whatever day of the week that is my personal day. I don't work that day. I also have a day, it must be back here somewhere, in the month where I schedule time for husband-wife time, whether that's a date night or whether that's whatever, if we go somewhere special during the day or if we just make a priority, that is the day that I emphasize husband and wife time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take you to December because I want you to see how this all works. So my 3 categories, like I was mentioning, are mommy and daughter time, they are personal days, and they are husband and wife time. So as you're thinking about this, kind of go through and think about 3 or 4 categories that you want in your life. It's only April, so there's still 8 months left of the year where you can start to implement this system and you can start to think, okay, what are the categories that are extremely important to me that I'm going to start dedicating specific time to? And while I take a whole day to do that, you could take, you know, a half day or just an hour or 2, but block it off. Whatever is working for you, you're going to start now. You're going to go to December on your calendar or in your planner or whatever you're using, and you are going to block this off. So you can see here, I'm in December. From December 17th to January 2nd, that's no working. I do not work at all the second half of December. Not only is that family time, but that is just rest and recoup time, getting ready for the next year, getting my mindset together. You'll see that it overlaps my personal day. So my daughter will still go to daycare on that day because it's a Monday. I won't be working and I'll be taking a personal day, right? Again, the 1st of every month is mommy-daughter day. One of these days I'll go ahead and prioritize some time with my husband. I don't have that on my calendar. Do as I say, not as I do. But one of these days will go ahead and be husband-wife day. Normally our anniversary is on the 25th. So normally I go ahead and I make husband-wife day the 25th, just again, arbitrarily, but it's something that I remember. So if we go backwards here again, here's November. I've got mommy-daughter day, I've got my personal day, and here's Thanksgiving. I just decided I'm not working that weekend. So I've already gone ahead and I have blocked that off. Okay, going back, there's October, there's September, again, mommy-daughter day, personal day, and here's my anniversary. So here's the day that is going to be husband and wife day where we do something special. August is an interesting month because not only do I have my husband's birthday that month, I also have my daughter's birthday 2 days later. So we decided since they're so close and they fall close to a weekend, we're gonna just take this whole weekend. So I've gone ahead and I've already blocked that off. Now, here's where the layering comes in. Let me go ahead and layer on my work calendar for you. I'm gonna go ahead and just stay on August since it is, it's already got so many things blocked off here. So here's what my work calendar looks like when I layer it on top of everything, right? Oh, hi, kitty kitty. Mommy's working. Can I record, please? All right, see that? This is my work calendar. But you can see here, if I hadn't have already blocked these days off, now in the month of August, I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 days. I don't know what's going on with the 25th here. 6 days out of this whole month where I'm not working at all. But if I hadn't have already blocked those days off, all of this stuff would have overlapped it and would have just consumed the stuff that I've already blocked off for myself, right? So what we want to go ahead and do is set aside your 4 categories that you've already thought about, 3 or 4 categories. Then go ahead and block off any birthdays, any holidays, any things that you know you don't want to work during that time, okay? Then make sure all of these are kind of in maybe different colors or, you know, different pens or however you can kind of designate. You can see here I do, my social media is one color, my client calls are one color, the days I write blog posts and create content is another, personal day is a special color, where I don't work at all is red, so I know no working. So go ahead and pick your different colors and do that. Now I want to show you something even more. This is where we're going to pick up tomorrow, but I just want to kind of layer this on. Like I said, Q3 happens in August and in September. So watch what happens when I layer my launch calendar on top of that. Holy crap, now it looks really full, right? But again, here's mommy-daughter day. There is no working on that day. Here's my personal day. There's no working on that day. This whole weekend, no working. Of course, some of this stuff overlaps those days, like here you can see promo webinar. That's okay because that's all on auto. That's all automated. You know, I've scheduled my Pinterest here. I've scheduled my Instagram here. So some of the things that run over like that, that's okay because it's automated. But you can see if I hadn't blocked off these days, then my launch would just run over my personal time, my self-care. It would run over my husband's birthday. It would run over my daughter's birthday. So here's where we're going to pick up tomorrow. We're going to take a bigger look at this launch calendar and how, well, I don't know why that's turning off. There we go. There. We're going to take a bigger look at this launch calendar and deadlines tomorrow and how do we make all of this work and everything that we have to do for our bigger projects while we're still maintaining this and we're still maintaining this. So I'm excited to get to see you guys tomorrow. I'm excited that we are going to dive into deadlines. So today, remember, take your 20 minutes and watch this video, and then also take another 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes and do this. Don't wait, don't push it off. Don't say, I'll get to that, I'll get to my calendar. Oh yeah, I'll remember in the future to have a personal day. You won't remember. And then you'll see that you have to create blog posts and you have a giveaway and you have a webinar coming up and you have a launch sequence and you're not going to remember that personal day. So today I want you to go ahead and I want you to fill out the remaining 8 months of this year. I want you to put those days in, or those half days, or those half an hours, whatever it is that is going to get you some of that time for you, your family, your marriage, whatever those categories are. I want you to go ahead and do that today. So excited to see you tomorrow.